Boom. Shaka laka. There they are. There he is, Pro Wrestling Guy 1995 on Instagram.
Yep.
There's some guy, I don't know who he is. He's like, stop it. Anyways, hi, I'm Jonathan John Von Miller, once again, Pro Wrestling Guy 1995, Austin Honecker.
Yep.
We just finished watching AEW World's End. This is being streamed live and in Technicolor to your house, place of origin,
device of streaming.
House?
Jack's house. Anyways,
This isn't even my house.
Dad's house.
Yeah, good call.
There we go, Dad's house. All right, so we're going to go back through and talk about the results, the matches from AEW World's End. Austin Honecker, the giant note taker and expert he is, he takes all the details down. We talk about it a little bit. We say what we liked. We say what we may not have liked. We try and be brutally honest because that's what professional wrestling is. A lot of honesty.
Yep.
So take it away, Austin Honecker. I missed the 0 hour, so Austin's probably going to have more to say, and maybe Jack does too.
Okay.
Anyways, go with it.
Okay, for the 0 hour, for match 1, it was the Sisters of Sin, that being Sky Blue and Julia Hart, versus Hyon and Maya World. Now, this match had no build-up at all, but it was just a random match put together, but all in all, it was a great match for what it was. But the ending to it, the Sisters of Sin went over because Sky Blue pinned Hyon by an assisted swinging rock bottom from Julia Hart and Sky Blue.
I still hope that's actually the name of it.
The only thing I have to say about this is I saw the debut of Maya and Hyon World on not Dynamite, but Collision. Collision on Christmas. And they were all right. I think they're just going to be around right now, kind of getting established. So coming in, they already lost to the champions, and they've already lost to the Sisters of Sin. So I'm not sure exactly. They're not getting off to a good, quote, start win-wise, but we'll see where that goes and how that develops. All right.
Okay.
0 hour match number, 2? We only had two, didn't we?
We had 4.
Oh, wow, okay.
This is match 2.
Match 2, 0 hour.
Match 2, it was Eddie Kingston versus Zach Gibson. Now, that match, it had a little bit of build up to it because Eddie Kingston has been feuding with the grizzled young veterans on the Ring of Honor. But the ending to it, it was an awesome match, but the ending to it, Eddie Kingston went over with the DDT. Well, after the match, the grizzled young veterans attacked Eddie Kingston, and then Ortiz came out and made the save for Eddie Kingston. The grizzled young veterans retreated, and Eddie Kingston and Ortiz stood tall.
Sounds good. I liked it, even though I didn't watch it. Well, maybe. Did you like it? Yes, no, maybe.
I liked it. Yeah, it's pretty.
There you go. He liked it. So they liked it. Let's go on to the third match, Austin.
Okay, match 3. It was Bandito and Mascara Dorada versus the Don Callis family, that being Rocky Romero and Mark Davis. Awesome match. No, not really any build up to it, but like I said, it was awesome. But the ending to it, Bandito and Mascara Dorada went over because Bandito pinned Rocky Romero with the 21-plex.
The note I have for this is Bandito is the first person in AEW to hold the diamond ring. Say that 3 times fast. For the first time, and the first wrestler to hold it other than Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF. All right, let's go to the 0 hour, or what is it, main event?
Yeah, the main. Okay. And match 4 for the 0 hour, which was the main event, it was the Jurassic Express, that being Jungle Jack Perry and Luchasaurus, and Jet Speed, who are Kevin Knight and Speedball Mike Bailey, versus Josh Alexander and The Demand, who are Ricochet, Toa Leona, and Bishop Khan. That match really had no build-up to it. But the ending to it, the Jurassic Express and Jet Speed went over because Jungle Jack Perry pinned Ricochet with a running knee. Now, before the match, Don Callis made a proposition to the Demand to attack the Jurassic Express and Jet Speed before the match. But after the match, during the match, Luchasaurus came out all bandaged up, but still the Jurassic Express and Jet Speed ended up going over. So, yeah, that's for the main event.
The main event of the 0 Hour. That was the main event of the 0 Hour. And that concludes the 0 Hour. And thank you, Austin Honecker, for those results. But now it's time to move to AEW 2025 World's End pay-per-view. Match number 1 was...
Yeah. Okay. And now for the pay-per-view, match 1, it was Kazuchika Okada versus Konosuke Takeshita in a Continental Classic semifinal match. Awesome match. Told an awesome story. There's heat between them two because they're in the Don Callis family currently, but they're teasing Konosuke Takeshita turning babyface. But the ending to it, Kazuchika Okada went over and advanced in the Continental Classic tournament because Kazuchika Okada pinned Konosuke Takeshita with a shot in the head with a screwdriver.
Yep. I missed the match. I caught a little bit of the aftermath. Was on the phone with someone and decided to finally come in and watch the pay-per-view, but I think I actually didn't miss too much because the second match was complete fire. So let's go ahead and move on to the second match. Who was it?
Okay. Match 2, it was Jon Moxley versus Kyle Fletcher in a Continental Classic semifinal match. Awesome match, awesome storytelling. Now, AEW is teasing Jon Moxley turning babyface. But like I said, this was an awesome match, awesome storytelling. But the ending to it, Jon Moxley went over and advanced in the Continental Classic tournament with the Bulldog choke. And after the match, Kyle Fletcher attacked Jon Moxley with a
shoulder tackle.
Shoulder tackle to the back of his knee, and then stood tall, and Jon Moxley was laid out.
Good
chop block.
Yeah, chop block. Yeah, clipped his knee. That was well. I mean, it was. I think that was just kind of trying to set up that maybe it would the later match to give Kazuchika Okada an advantage, but we'll discuss that here a little bit later. But as for this match, good grief. They pulled out everything, including the kitchen sink. It had a good amount of time. It had a lot of action, a lot of moves. This was awesome. This was a great match. I think we all agree that this just was on fire, knockdown, drag out, banger of a match from Moxley and Kyle Fletcher.
Absolutely a 5-star match.
Forget Dave Meltzer. We are giving it 10 stars.
Yep.
15 stars. 5, 5, 5.
Yep.
15-star match. There you go.
Okay. Match 3, it was FTR, who were Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, versus the Bang Bang Gang, who were Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson, in a Chicago street fight for the AEW Tag Team titles. Awesome match. Awesome storytelling. But the ending to it, FTR went over and retained the AEW Tag Team titles because Dax Harwood pinned Austin Gunn with a diving assisted pile driver from Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood.
Lot of action. As always, street fights are chaotic. So, it looked like they took out one of the FTR took out Austin Gunn for a bit, so Juice was fighting both of them, and then Austin Gunn came back, and then they hit the Shutter Machine, and there was a lot going on, but eventually FTR retained the titles. Good match, solid match, can't complain. Go back and watch it if you haven't watched it, because all this stuff is I believe now on HBO Max. They've got the full AEW archive. Get HBO Max and go back and watch it.
If you're a Stokely fan, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah.
Poor Stokely kind of ate crap on
poor Stokely.
the edge of the table. And then the front of the announcement.
Yeah, thanks for reminding us about that. There was some timing issues. And yes, just Stokely kind of looked like a ping pong ball for a second. Just no, I am the table. All right.
Okay. Match 4, it was the Babes of Wrath, who are Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, versus Mercedes Moné and Athena for the AEW Women's Tag Team titles. Awesome match, awesome storytelling, but the ending to it, the Babes of Wrath went over and retained the AEW Women's Tag Team titles because Willow Nightingale pinned Mercedes Moné with a modified roll-up. Now, after the match, as Babes of Wrath were celebrating, there was dissension shown between Mercedes Moné and Athena. So, what it's looking like to me is Mercedes Moné and Athena are going to be feuding here in the near future.
I'm okay with it. I'm here for either one. I'm here for more. I always liked Athena, so I'm favoring Athena over Mercedes because
I agree with that one.
Yeah, and I figure it's about time for something good, something more to come Athena's way. So, all right, match number 5, Austin.
Yep. Okay. Match 5, it was Darby Allin versus Gabe Kidd. Now, this was an awesome match. It was brutal, but they told an awesome story on this because of weeks and months of build-up between them two, going after each other. Now, the ending to this, Darby Allin went over with a roll-up similar to what happened with the late, great Roddy Piper and Bret the Hitman Hart at WrestleMania 7.
Yeah, we got the WrestleMania 7 finish from this, which I'm okay with because pays homage to a great match.
Yep.
But we're not sure what happened with this match. It was advertised as just like a singles match.
Yep.
And then it went like crazy hardcore. And if you're squeamish with blood, I do not recommend watching this match. I don't mind blood, especially during wrestling matches, but this was that there were buckets of blood type stuff.
It was the same level as blood as like Blood Brothers, Cody versus Dustin.
It was getting very levels of extreme with blood. So that's the thing I'm going to recommend to you all. If you do not like blood, do not watch this match. But it was a brutal match and a very good match.
Mm-hmm.
Next match, Austin.
Okay, match 6, it was Tony Storm and the Conglomeration, that being Mark Briscoe, Roderick Strong, and Orange Cassidy, versus the Death Riders, who are Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Daniel Garcia, and Marina Shafir in a Mixed Nuts Mayhem match. Awesome match. They told an awesome story in it. Now, the ending to the match, Tony Storm and the Conglomeration went over because Mark Briscoe pinned Wheeler Yuta with the J Driller.
This was just, to me, as much as was going on in the match, and it being a mixed nuts match, whatever you want to call it.
Mixed Nuts Mayhem.
Mixed Nuts Mayhem, whatever you want to call the match. It was a fun match. There was a lot of fun stuff going on during the match, which is one of the reasons professional wrestling is one of the greatest forms of entertainment ever. Because you never know what you're going to see during a match, and the stuff that Tony, who knew we needed Tony Storm, yep, Mark Briscoe, and Orange Cassidy together, because it was
gold.
It was gold.
We need more. The tango part and everything.
We need more of them.
Like
they basically fought through all of them doing the tango.
Yeah, basically we need more Tony Storm and the Conglomeration.
Yeah, we need more Tony Storm and the Conglomeration. And so I've heard wrestling called ballet sometimes. It's quote not ballet, but in some ways professional wrestling is a dance. But for an actual dance to break out during wrestling is hilarious to me. Especially when, like they said, it takes two to tango. I'm not even sure if that was the tango, but it was darn good. It could have been the waltz for all.
Yeah.
Anyways,
okay.
Great match. Let's move on.
Okay. Match 7, it was Chris Statlander versus Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's title. Awesome match. Told an awesome story. The build up to it was awesome. But basically, the build up to it was when Chris Statlander and Jamie Hayter teamed up together against the Sisters of Sin and went over. And Jamie Hayter wanted a shot at Chris Statlander's women's title. And so the build-up has been going on for weeks, about a month, something like that. But like I said, awesome match, awesome storytelling. But the ending to it, Chris Statlander went over and retained the AEW women's title with the Saturday Night Fever.
I believe Statlander, I'm not sure when her run's going to end, but I think Statlander's doing pretty good as World Heavyweight Champion. Good match
women's champion.
World Heavyweight Women's Champion, World Women's Champion. I believe the match was solid. I believe the right person won. So, yeah, good women's match. Wonderful women's wrestling match. Women's Heavyweight Championship. Women's Championship.
AEW Women's Championship.
Yeah, I'm just talking.
Yeah,
I'm talking too much. You talk too much. You never shut up. Yeah. All right, let's go to
match 8.
Match 8.
Okay, match 8, it was Jon Moxley versus Kazuchika Okada in a Continental Classic final match for the AEW Continental title.
Easily my favorite match of the night.
Awesome match, awesome storytelling. This was the first time ever that Jon Moxley and Kazuchika Okada went at it against each other, but they put on one hell of a match. I'd say it was match of the night as well.
Yeah.
But the ending to this match, Jon Moxley went over and won the AEW Continental title with the Death Rider. Well, afterwards, as Tony Schiavone came in the ring to interview Jon Moxley and the Death Riders came in to celebrate with Jon Moxley cut a babyface promo. That's basically teasing his babyface turn. And the Death Riders didn't turn on him right now, but eventually they're going to. I can just see it right now.
Yeah.
But I think they're just letting it build. I think Tony Khan's just letting it build up for the time being. See, and let it play out a little longer. Then the betrayal's going to happen. But that's match 8.
Pretty, match of the night. For this to be a first time match and it to be just another big banger on the card. Wow. And that also kind of makes the unified title defunct right now because it was a combined championship, and now there's an actual Continental Champion again, and a international champion.
Which Kazuchika Okada is still the international champion.
Yes.
So the unified title somewhere in a storage locker now, more
than something. It's which once again, both him and I think that was pretty much redundant, repetitive, stupid. Yeah, we didn't like that. We were like, why? And it's also like the national championship. Don't get us started. We'll come at us. We will fight you. All right. Finally, the main event.
Okay. And match 9, which was the main event, it was MJF versus Samoa Joe versus Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland in a fatal 4-way match for the AEW World title. The build-up was awesome because Samoa Joe had been feuding with Hangman Adam Page for a while. Then Swerve Strickland got added into the mix because of the history between Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. And then MJF got into the mix because he returned and cashed in his Casino Gauntlet contract to insert himself in the match. Now, it was an awesome match. Now, there was some interference from the Ops, that being Powerhouse Hobbs, Katsuyori Shibata, and Hook, but it was to no avail. But like I said, awesome match, awesome storytelling. Now, the ending to it, MJF went over and won the AEW World title because MJF pinned Samoa Joe with the Heat Seeker. And now, the reason this ending happened is the reason that the decision for MJF to go over and win the world title is because there's rumors going around that Samoa Joe is taking time off to film Twisted Metal Season 3. That's basically what I got for the main event.
I believe it was. I believe that this is one of those full circle moments, especially for MJF, getting the title back. I think it's the right decision.
I think it was better because he originally lost the title at World's End to Samoa Joe, and then gets it
He
back
gets it
at the
back,
same
yeah.
pay-per-view.
But basically a callback.
Callback, full circle moment, whatever you want to call it. I think it was good storytelling.
Yep.
Excellent four-way match. It was, and the way MJF won was the sneaky MJF way, which is
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Yep. It's wonderful.
It's all right.
But we really, really enjoyed overall ratings, guys.
10 out of 10.
10.
I think I'm going to have to go for a 10 out of 10. I mean, this was nearly as close to perfect a pay-per-view as you could get, especially to end 2025 on AEW. And AEW getting a ton of awards from Sports Illustrated this year. So AEW may be starting to hit some big numbers here. I mean, it seems like everything's all on the upswing for AEW right now.
They keep going at the rate they're going now.
They're starting to get a lot of momentum, and that's what builds brand. That's what builds word of mouth. That's what, all good things for AEW right now. So let's talk to Mr. Honecker over here for a bit.
Okay.
So what we got on the docket?
Okay, so the next pay-per-view, we will be back for WWE Royal Rumble, January 31st, 2026.
Which will probably be an early show because
it's in Saudi Arabia.
Due to the time difference. If it's since it's done live, I figured that would be like noon on a Saturday, January 31st.
Yep.
But first of all, welcome back to Russell Love, because you know what? It's been a while. We've been gone about a month and a half, but we're back.
We've been busy with WrestleCade. We've been busy. Holidays. Been busy with indie bookings.
We're busy people, folks, but we do like to jump on here when we have time to review professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Whether that be
we even watched. We didn't. Now he didn't get to watch it, but we even. Jack and I watched John Cena retire. We almost cried. We have to admit that.
I didn't cry. You cried.
Well, him saying that we love professional wrestling and everything, that's whether that's WWE, AEW, doesn't matter. We like it all.
Professional wrestling beats sports entertainment. Can you dig that? Sucker!
Yeah.
All right. For Austin Honecker, Pro Wrestling Guy over on Instagram, Pro Wrestling Guy 1995 over on Instagram. For John Ellis, Jack something.
Jack Phillips.
Jack Phillips.
Yeah, Jack Phillips.
We don't know who he is. He's still having an identity crisis. We can't help it. Anyways.
It'll get figured out eventually.
Yeah, it'll get figured out eventually. We'll take that. And John Fun Miller here on the Wrestle Love channel, and John Fun, johnfun.com, John Fun YouTube, John Fun on all the social media. With that being said, we will
catch your ass down the road. Peace out.
Later.